Hello, I am Debbie Gorvet. I'm the assistant principal here at Duluth in charge of Title I. And this is our presentation for our annual Title I parent meeting. We originally had it scheduled for September 9th, but Hurricane Irma came through and we did not have school that day. So we are doing a quick presentation here so we can put it up on the website to get the information out. I want to just quickly go through some key points. The overview of Title I, of course. It is the largest federal assistance program, and it's to provide support for students who are at risk of not meeting the state's academic standards. And the funds are based on the number or the percentage of students receiving free and reduced lunches. And the funds not only support students, but support families as well. And through this, we offer activities and trainings to increase the family's engagement here at school and with their students as well. There's two types of programs. There are the Targeted Assistance Program and a school-wide program. Targeted assistance is when students with the greatest need are identified through several different measures and targeted for the support. And those students are the ones that receive the support through, they pull them out, maybe they have faculty that push in, they have extended learning time, that kind of thing. And so the funds are targeted for those students. We are not a targeted assistance program. We are a school-wide program where while the emphasis is placed on the students that are at risk, all the students in the school benefit from the title funds. So when we buy Chromebooks, all the students can buy or can use the Chromebooks. So the materials, equipment, everything is available for all students, not just those targeted students. Requirements of a title school is the annual meeting, which we're doing right now. We had one that took place during the school day. It was September 7th, and it was at 9:30 in the morning, and we have to offer two, one during the day and one at night, and then our one at night was when Hurricane Irma came through, so this is our other method of trying to get the information out there. High quality curriculum, which of course Gwinnett County has. Academic assistance to most at-risk, family engagement, and then annual evaluation of Title I programs, and we have a planning system that we use as well, and then we communicate with parents. The school-wide program, we have to have a school-wide, a plan, and so our plan is our LSPI. And so every school has an LSPI, but with title schools it's particularly important because every single thing we do, every single thing we buy is hooked to these goals, okay? And these goals are very, very technical, they're very, very detailed, and so the ones that I'm going to go over right here, these are just the goals in a nutshell. Our first goal that you'll see up here, the college and career readiness goal. And so we try to increase the amount of students that participate in our Maxwell program, Grayson program, our industry certifications. We have an engineering program. I know you've heard about STEAM and STEM. We have a new healthcare program here. We have Move On When Ready. We have dual enrollments. We have all these different things that students can do. Our next goal is that we will perform at or above district and state averages on our milestone assessment, which is our end of course test. Also, literacy. Literacy is huge. And we measure literacy through our gateway scores. So we compare gateway scores every year. We do a lot of gateway practice, gateway remediation, all those kind of things throughout the year, across curriculum, in both science, social studies, and language arts classes in order to increase those gateway scores and increase literacy. And lastly, we want to always increase the percentage of our students that graduate. And you can see the graduation rates over the past few years. An important thing to note is they have changed throughout those years how they measured graduation rate. So kind of instead of getting into a long conversation with that, may account for a little bit of the differences. What supports are in place to help your child? Through Title I, we've been able to really mushroom our efforts in what we do to help students. Intervention. This is what we do to catch students before they fail. In 9th grade, there are several subject-specific interventions. Math in particular is a huge one. Also, at times there are some biology interventions. There's also something called the NTI room, which is the not turned in room. What Ms. Kitchen found out is one of the reasons that students' averages were so low is because they just weren't doing the work, and that's not an option. So if we can have students do the work, they seem to understand the material better and therefore do better on tests, and it's just a domino effect. In 10th grade, chemistry and geometry historically throughout just the state, county, everywhere are tough courses. So we provided some very focused intervention called just-in-time intervention in these areas. Students go for the entire period. They're referred by their teachers if they fail a quiz or a test. They go remediate, re-quiz, retest, earn credit back, and then these teachers and these teams actually do some standards-based grading so students can earn the full credit back when they come to the next test. So if they've learned that content toward the end of the semester, mastery is based on what they've learned at the end. It's not held against them what they failed earlier. So going to intervention is just all about learning and remediating and what you learn at the end. It's not about, oh, you failed and we're going to hold that against you. 11th and 12th grade was something new this year. It's called peer-to-peer intervention. And we're able to open up some C25 classes and have some teachers who have our National Honor Society and Beta Club students with them. They've trained these students to be peer tutors. Other teachers we have a very elaborate sign-up system where they request these peer tutors to go into their C25 classes and provide peer-to-peer subject specific tutoring, which has been incredible. And then, of course, we have intervention just normally offered by our teachers. Once a child fails, we do have, through Title I, we were able to start our 8th period block classes, and they've continued this year. These are classes that are offered that are our high failure rate classes, and that are our biggest barriers to graduation. They're Monday through Thursday, 2:20 to 5 o'clock, and they run for about 25 days each, for about 6 weeks. We provide bus transportation home, which is a big expense. And each semester there are 2 blocks. So basically we offer a whole semester of a class in one semester instead of a half a semester. Last year, 152 credits were earned within just the 8th period. We also did some credit recovery. In January, we dumped a bunch of kids that had failed some classes immediately right during C25 into credit recovery and got 99 credits back that way. And then we did a mini summer school. We mirrored GCPS summer school and ran our own summer school here with title funds. We had 7 classes. And 102 credits were earned. We had kids come in here. It was like a little tiny summer school. It was awesome. We did not have transportation, but we were here. It was a home school for our kids, and they could come and take classes. So 350 credits were earned back using our title funds last year. Fall block this year, we've got the classes you see up going on and the dates. And our budget review, you can see this year what we're using our budget for. And then it's a little easier to see with, here we're using most of our money with personnel. Personnel is what runs the school. It's how we run our programs. It's how we have our 8th period teachers, how we have our after school teachers, how we have our intervention teachers. And we have our family allocation, which is the Title I budget, and this is where Ms. Holloway takes over.